I'll be back. I was closing my door, but we are on day fucking 9, week 2. So I'm excited. But as you guys just watched the last video, we are on week 2, and in this series or in this week, we are doing human psychology. Like we're trying to understand shit to the fullest extent, right? And one thing I want you guys to understand is that when it comes to the sales calls, the number one thing, like when I say the number one thing, it's going to be establishing trust, right? Like trust in sales is going to be the number one thing that's going to break or make a majority of your deals. Understand that with no trust, like I talked about in the past video, there is no sale. There is no way they're gonna buy, right? No way in hell. And I'm gonna go over real quick with this document that I built out. Don't ignore that. But I'm gonna go through with this document that I built out, basically just uncovering, why trust matters in sales. And I'm gonna go into it in my own words, right? So understand that trust does lower perceived risk, right? When anyone's buying anything, they carry the risk of what if it doesn't work? What if I get scammed? What if I regret this? Those are the three main concerns because obviously they're spending money. They want an ROI on their investment. They want to make something in return, right? When trust is high, the brain stops scanning for danger and starts evaluating value, right? Because when you are, say, when you are, say, going to hike on a mountain, right? If you constantly think, all right, put it this way. Say your goal is to climb this mountain, and on top of the mountain, there is $1 million. In your mind, if you only worry and you keep looking for dangers, the risks, the reason of why you shouldn't do it, eventually you stop forgetting about the $1 million and you start thinking about the dangers. That's why whenever you look for anything, right? If you're looking for reviews and you're looking for bad reviews, you're going to find them. So if you're looking for risks, reason not to do anything, you are going to find that reason not to do it. So when someone feels like they can't trust you, they're going to start looking for reasons on why they shouldn't trust you. And they're going to forget about what you have to offer. So understand, like, there needs to be trust. If there's no trust, the prospect has to protect themselves because, again, if they feel like they can trust you, then they feel comfortable enough to make a decision with you, right? If they don't trust you, they want to protect themselves. They don't want to tell yes or no. They want to give you smoke screens, objections, right? There needs to be a clear line and value of trust established, right? 2 is trust shifts the combo from prove it to how do we do this, right? And I've heard this so many times, right? Without trust, prospects are going to ask you, can you guarantee the results? Why are you better than others? I need to think about it, right? Understand that these are all because of the fact that there is no trust established, right? When you have trust, they start asking, how does the onboarding work? What's the timeline? What's the next step? Because of the fact that they're ready to move forward, because of the fact that they trust you, when they feel like you are a good person and you have true and moral intents, they are going to change their perception on what's next, right? That shift quite literally is everything. I want to get into like why I believe trust, but I want to go through this first, right? Just bear with me real quick. Number 3 is trust creates authority without force, right? When someone trusts you, your recommendations carry weight, your price feels justified, your guidance feels safe to follow. That is so true. And again, let's think back from our own personal experience. Have you guys ever spoke to somebody and any type of advice they gave you, you took it? You're like, yo, like that's great. I love that you gave me that. Like from my own personal experience too, I've spoken to a lot of old people, right? A lot of old people. I used to work at a nursing home, and they've always given me advice. And like when you look at some certain old people, bro, like you could just trust them. Like they're good, holy people, right? They're very moral. Like they're old. They don't have people to talk to. Like I could trust someone who's so old so quickly. And the reason why I trust them so much is because of the fact that they make me feel safe. Right? I'm comfortable around them. I know there's no malicious or weird intent behind talking to an old person, right? Well, watch yourself. There could be. But yeah, like it's true. Your recommendations carry weight. If someone feels like you are the authoritative figure and they trust you, anything you say, they will respect, they will understand, they will follow through with, right? You don't have to push, over explain. Your words lands because you are credible. When there is trust established, that is the one thing. And even throughout relationships, right? What is the one thing everyone asks for? Just trust me, right? As long as I can trust you, that's all that matters. Trust is key to any aspect of life. Number 4 is trust makes objection service honestly. Yes, that is true because I promise you, when you have gone to the point in a sales call where this person is super comfortable with you, where they feel like they can tell you anything, that is a good level of trust. They will give you the real objections because they feel like they could open up to you, right? Like you're there to help them. When they feel like, yo, I can't trust this person, I can't tell them how I feel, you are going to get fake objections. And that's why you get smoke screens. I'm telling you, have a genuine conversation with somebody. Learn to understand what they're saying. Listen and actually provide value, right? If someone doesn't trust you, they'll hide behind timing, money. I need to talk to a partner. That is why. Like, understand that there are really only three reasons on why people lie about certain objections, right? They don't trust you. They think, okay, they don't trust you. They're scared to spend the money, and they have no urgency. These are the three reasons why people don't buy. Three biggest reasons: urgency, trust, money. Only thing. When you have trust, all right, I was hoping you guys would say it too. But when you have trust, you are going to get authentic responses. Simple as that, right? Because it's hard. It's hard to actually lie to someone you trust, and that goes for a lot of people. Like, yeah, a lot of people do lie. A lot of people do lie. But I'm telling you, if you ever get a prospect who's lying in front of you, call them out, because the minute you call them out on one lie, they will stop lying. If you allow someone to lie to you if you allow someone to lie to you one time, they will lie to you a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time. You need to call it out when you see it and when you hear it. And I promise you, you will know what the fuck is a lie, because it's so obvious. Number 5 is trust turns sales into alignment, not persuasion. At the highest level, sales is not convincing people. It is not convincing anybody. I feel like I hate when people say you have to convince somebody, oh, you have to manipulate them. No. Sales, if you want the true definition of sales, at least in my own opinion, it's having someone convince themselves. That is the biggest form of a sale, because of the fact that you're not making them buy it. They're buying it. They are buying it. Like, for me personally, if I want to buy something, I have to convince myself first. And that is what sales is. You are convincing someone to buy something in their own sense, right? They are convincing themselves to buy something, and you are just having a genuine conversation with them. That is all it is. Helping them feel safe, telling them the truth, helping them see the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Because understand, a lot of these people don't get told what they need. They don't get told the truth. They don't. All their friends and family, they lie to them. Oh, you're doing good. Oh, don't do this. Tell them the truth, and I promise you, what they haven't heard before, they will accept it because of the fact that they trust you. And I'm saying, when you hear it coming from a stranger, it's like, damn, he knows this much about me, right? It creates a huge level of trust. And again, like, even too, like, you want to befriend these people. Like, people buy from people who they like. If you can make the prospect like you and trust you, sales all the time, all the time. And like, why high ticket sales are impossible without trust, right? The higher the price, the more emotional decision, right? The more identity is involved, the more fear of regret exists. That's why scripts don't work. Pressure does not work. Trust does. I'm telling you, I've never closed a call where I felt like I pressured someone. Every time I've closed a call, it's been the most genuine conversation where I'm sitting back like this, bro, where I'm having a genuine conversation. I've never had to pressure anybody. It's just by simply understanding, why, like me, I wouldn't ask them else, but I know why they're feeling certain ways, and I address it. I address how they feel. And I don't confront it. I let them express how they feel, but I walk them through it. That is how you are supposed to close deals. People don't buy when they understand, they buy when they trust. So that's facts. Now, in my own honest opinion, right, when it comes to trust, that you need to understand is put yourself in their perspective. Put yourself in their perspective. If you, again, I said in the last video, if you were buying a car and you had your best friend selling it and a random stranger on Facebook, the exact same car, exact same models, exact same price, who would you go to? You'd go to your friend, because your friend is going to do what? Not scam you. He's going to sell you a good car, right? He's going to give you a good deal. The stranger, you don't know him, right? The thing is, you're not buying that car from your friend because of the fact that he won't scam you, that he won't do this to you. It's because of the fact that you have a level of trust built for this person or from this person that gives you the identity of thinking, I won't get scammed. I will have a good deal. He'll sell me a good car. That's what your mind thinks when there's a level of trust established. If you didn't know this person, there was two people you didn't know, it wouldn't matter who you picked. You have to pick one of them. right? You're not picking one of the other for a certain reason. If they're the exact same person, you're just picking somebody. So understand that, yes, trust needs to be established in sales. It is the number one thing that's going to break or make certain deals for you. And I promise you, when you can make someone feel like they can trust you, they are more open, or they're more willingly to actually open up to themselves and tell you the real truth and not lie to you. But that's it. That is day 9 of why trust matters. And we're going to go very deep into human sales psychology in the upcoming videos. I'm excited to do these videos, I'm not going to lie. But I'm mainly excited for week 3 because that's where we kind of like doing more sales stuff, right? Right now, we're just kind of understanding the fundamentals of human psychology. And when it comes into week 3, we're actually going to dive onto how actual calls look. I'm going to probably show you a couple of my calls, a couple like coaching calls that I've had too, where you could understand like, yo, this shit runs deep. Like I promise you, what I'm telling you, I don't want to say it's surface level. It's very deep, but because of the fact that there's no cap to sales, right? In terms of education and sales, there's no cap to it. I literally couldn't teach you everything about sales because you would learn the most about sales doing sales, talking to real people. And that's why it is, in my opinion, the best business model. You could sell anything when you know sales. But God bless you all. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.